Hello, and this is Reverend Kirti with Psychic Sunday. Start your week with a spiritual tune-up. And this is lesson 3 of 8 in the Chakra Basic for Empaths series. Today we're going to talk about the Sacral Chakra. First, a quick chakra review. So far we've covered the root chakra, and AS is the acronym. It tells you two things. First, where it's at, where it's located, which is the pelvis region, and what it has to do with. It has to do with abundance, stability, and safety. AS. Great way for you to remember it, plus you get to curse. Its associated color is red. However, along with everything that's intuitive in nature, this will differ a little bit from person to person. I have had clients who see it as a brown color. I've had clients who see it as bright red, and it's anything in between depending on the person. So just be open to what you experience and also connect with the feeling and emotion that is attached to the color. If the color feels loud or feels good or bad, etc. The emotions related to this are safety, comfort in the world as a whole, and feeling taken care of. The sacral chakra is located just a few inches below the belly button. It has to do with emotional stability, your dominant vibration or emotion. So remember, I'm going to use the word vibration for this, but it has to do with your emotional state. Your vibrations and your emotions are basically the same thing. It has to do with relationships and passion, creativity, and focus. PCF, passion, creativity, focus. That's how I'll refer to it multiple times. Its color is orange, but just like the root chakra, be open to whatever you experience here. Not everyone experiences the exact same color. So don't worry about it. Focus again on the emotion that you experience when you see the color, if you experience a color at all. It's going to show all your emotions that are dominant in your vibration. So if you tend to experience a lot of anxiety, that's going to show up in the sacral chakra. Whenever someone who is trained looks at the sacral, if you have a dominant vibration of anxiety, that's where that's going to pop up. If you have a dominant vibration of peace or joy, that's where it will show up. That doesn't mean you don't have the full range of human emotions. It just means that's your default. When it works well, you will have clarity on what you want, a high level of focus, deep emotionally fulfilling relationships, a high vibe like happiness, peace, excitement, stable emotions. So you won't have intense highs and you won't have intense lows. Your emotions will tend to be fairly stable. That doesn't mean that you won't have the full range, just that it's not going to be very small things that set you off one way or another. Good creative flow, a feeling of ease in intimate settings. When it needs a little bit of TLC, you'll have very little or no clarity on what you want. Confusion will dominate. You will have difficulty focusing both on the little tasks and the larger life goals that are important to you. Crappy relationships, that's the technical term. A low vibration, erratic emotions, little things will set you off fairly easily. Little things will appear to be a big deal. Very little or no creative flow. A lot of discomfort with intimacy or in intimate settings. Kidney problems, constipation, lower back tension and pain, and muscle spasms. Now, you may notice a couple of these describe you, but not all of them. I hope all of them don't describe you. But don't worry about it, because I'm going to show you exactly what to do to get this one in balance and to work through it and heal it using your empath gifts. Let's do a check-in. How is your sacral chakra? Even before I teach you how to tap into it with your intuitive abilities, just use that list. How is your sacral chakra doing? Is it healthy and wonderful, or does it need a little bit of love? Let's break it down. How is your PCF, your passion, creativity, and focus? Is it doing well, or does it need a little bit of oomph? How's your vibe? Are you finding it easy to maintain a high vibration, or are you feeling low or anxious or something that just isn't very pleasant to experience? How are your relationships, both love and family, and also friendships? So that's 3, not both. But what does that look like for you? Is it good? Is it healthy? Or does it need a little bit of loving? Okay, so hopefully you will have noticed something really good there. And now I'm going to show you how to tap in using your gift of empathy, using your empathiness, if you will, to check in here. Now, here's why you want to do this. You want to use the logical because it's really good practice to assess where you're at and where you think or feel you are at. And it's also good to use your skills to tune in because this will show you things that you may not have seen if you just stayed with the logical side of it. This is where the surprises come, and this is also how you use your gifts to heal once you diagnose. First, you want to focus on the right area of your body, just a few inches below your belly button. You can find it in a slightly different position. With this one, it tends to be pretty stable. It does depend a little bit on your own unique energy field and how your body and mind work together. This just depends on each person. Almost everyone has this exactly 2 inches below their belly button. Again, just feel there with your hand until you feel a little bit of energy and it feels about right. Notice all the emotions and sensations that change or heighten when you tune into this area of your body. You can hold your hand out next to this as well. That tends to heighten the sensations. Especially notice the change. Notice how it moves. That is where the gold is. That's where the most information is. What do they feel like? Describe those emotions and those sensations. Do not skip this step. Press pause. Press it. It's good for you. And go ahead and do up to this step and then move on. Now I know you did that. So now just ask yourself some questions. While holding your hand there, does it apply to your vibes, your relationships, or your passion, creativity, and focus, or PCF? What does it apply to? What feels most accurate to you? And if you were to use those same terms to describe this chakra or area of this chakra, what would the story be? Allow your imagination to come in here. Just tell the story as best you can. And go ahead and do that in the comments. I'll be offering feedback and one-on-one support. Write it out. Just write it out because this is how you work with it and how you change it. So more specifics on how to change it using your gift of being an empath. So if your TLC, or if your chakra needs a little TLC, this is how you give it some. First, this is the mental part. Affirm any place you experience passion, creativity, and focus, and the good in your relationships and the good vibes in your life. Just affirming those places will shift the flow of energy. Energy flows where attention goes. So if you put your focus where things are working in your life, more energy is going to flow into that area. So if you focus on the good things in your PCF, in your relationships, and your vibes, that's going to shift it already. You don't even need anything else to shift it. Then you allow that energy to grow, especially focus on that area of your body, 2 inches below the belly button. Put your hands there and feel as best you can as the energy grows. If you do this regularly, it will heal this chakra. Another thing that you can do is you can put your hands just on top of the sacral chakra and imagine sending it orange energy or white light energy. I recommend one of those two simply because white light basically clears everything and orange energy infuses that chakra with the energy of the sacral chakra, which is exactly what you want. Do you have any extra tips about the sacral chakra or how you have improved yours? Leave them in the comments and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. If you want your very own free chakra clearing meditation, make sure you're on the list at spiritualmechanic.com. I will see you next week and you have a lovely day.